Hey everyone, Invader1 here. Before I go into the gameplay, let me tell you something a little bit about this build for the female Quarian Infiltrator. For her tactical cloak, I like to go for power damage. It all depends on what kind of team you're playing. Sometimes duration is better so that you can do objectives. For her, since I'm using the Geth Plasma Shotgun, I like to use damage bonuses. Rank 5, I always go for recharge speed, guys. In all honesty, it's just better to be able to use that power and recharge it as fast as possible instead of the melee, because I never melee with her. On rank 6, I recommend actually to use the sniper rifle damage. This time I use the other option to be able to use the tech power. Now the problem with that is that it's a little buggy, so I definitely recommend the sniper rifle damage, over what I have here. I have it set up for, so that you could actually shoot another power while cloaked. It works most of the time. Sometimes it just doesn't. So I definitely recommend it. Now, I didn't spec any grenades on this build, but if you were to use any grenades and just put no health and shields, what I would do is rank 4, I would increase the damage. Rank 5, even though you have the option to give it more damage to armor, I would put more grenades, in all honesty, because it's just already powerful as it is. I've used the sticker grenades on brutes and just literally dropped them. So I would just put more grenades. The armor damage is good. Either way, you're still going to be dealing a lot of damage. And on rank 6, I would just put more damage on the sticky grenade. Just letting you guys know, because using it like a proxy mine, it's buggy. I've never really been able to see it work effectively. So I mostly recommend to go for more damage, and just when you aim it, just aim it right at the target or at the target's feet. Just go make sure that it's really close to the target. I prefer to use it on bigger targets like brutes, atlases, things like that. But now, backfire. This is the most important part, guys. I like to use backfire on Sabotage. It's really good. What it does is primes targets for tech bursts. It also it's a little weird, the description that it says enemy weapons overheat, but pretty much it just sets up organic targets for damage. On rank 5, by the way, this was a challenge request. Normally I recommend the top one, which is hack synthetics explode. I recommend that one, but this was a challenge request for me to use recharge speed. The reason I don't use recharge speed is because I attack cloak first and then backfire. So what happens when you do that is that the backfire will take the recharge speed of the tactical cloak, so it's already fast enough for me. I never just use sabotage first. I always use tac cloak, then then sabotage. And rank 6, guys, this is so awesome. Rank 6, normally I choose the top one for hack synthetics fight faster for you if you're fighting usually using her against Geth. But this is the whole challenge for this tech vulnerability. By using tech vulnerability, every tech power that the target takes will be just so powerful. And what we did here in this challenge, the challenge was to be able to see how powerful like the Vorcha's flame would be, or any other like tech power like overload, incinerate would do the kind of damage against organic targets. So what we did, instead of playing against Geth, playing against anybody else, we went ahead and played against the Reaper faction on Platinum. So we did this on Firebase Jade versus Reapers, and we just had a lot of fun. This was a really quick game. We were just in a row. What we did is we had 2 female Quarian infiltrators. We were both making sure that we had sabotage set up. We both had Geth Plasma shotguns, and we had 2 Vorchas. Now the Vorchas are not using any Riegers. I prefer not to do the Rieger Flamer combo on normal games. I did it for the previous challenge so that you guys can see it. Although, by the way, guys, that is on the next patch, so you will no longer be able to use the Rieger and the Flamer together at the same time. So don't even think about using it anymore, because it's just not going to work. So now, if you see, guys, look at this Banshee, guys. What we did is we sabotaged this Banshee, and the Flamer, which is tech power, does an extreme amount of damage. So right now we have 2 Vorchas and 2 female Quarian infiltrators. Just we are priming every organic target that we can get, especially the Banshees. So as you can see, we are just doing a lot of sabotage on the Banshees, and the flame on the pyros are literally demolishing Banshees and brutes and everything. Normally the flame is pretty powerful, but not as powerful as it is here. As you can see, we have two flamers going at enemy targets, and we have two female Quarian infiltrators just sabotaging. And by the way, just know that when the Banshee warps, now somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, every time you sabotage her, you gotta sabotage her again after she warps again. You're gonna have to sabotage her again. If that is incorrect, well, then let me know, guys. Just put a post there. But what I've heard and what I know so far, when you sabotage the enemy, when you sabotage the Banshee, if she warps out of that place, you gotta re-sabotage her again. But look, guys, we're on Platinum. This is versus Reapers. Again, I try to do these challenges versus Reapers because it's just, most people find it, the most difficult. Normally, I was playing a lot of Cerberus in the beginning. This Cerberus is a little easier for me. But the Reapers are good because the first two waves are considered to be the hardest ones. So, a lot of people are a little fearful of that, but I like a challenge. I like to play and whatever. So what we did is, as you can see, guys, we two Quarian female infiltrators were sabotaging Banshees, and look how quickly they're just going down. And again, we have two pyros just using the flamers, which is a tech power, and two female Quarian infiltrators. Now, due to the fact that and this is also the reason, guys, why I was saying that on Tactical Cloak I like the damage, because there will be moments that I'm not sabotaging anything, although that is the first thing that I normally do, which is just sabotage, cloak and sabotage. But if for whatever reason I don't have time to just cloak sabotage, I just need to cloak at least to get the damage bonus. I will be able to take enemies down, because I have that damage bonus on my Geth Plasma, my shotgun, or whatever weapon that I'm using. If I have the sniper rifle like the Valiant or whatever gun that I have, I still have a damage bonus. So that's why I like to do that. And by the way, guys, we had a lot of fun doing this. I mean, this game was only like 26 minutes or something like that. I mean, Platinum for now, for us playing like this, it doesn't really take long for us. I mean, we're not doing speed runs or anything like that. We're just having fun with the game, doing crazy things, and that's where we're at right now. I'm trying to show you guys, how you guys can integrate your powers and use them efficiently in Platinum games, and not just stick to the traditional. Some people like certain characters and they stick to that. I definitely recommend to switch it up. Get to learn another class. I mean, right now I don't know why some people thought that the Vorchas are just not Platinum worthy, but yet we did an all Platinum Vorcha run, and you guys can see it in the video that I put out yesterday, and it was definitely doable. So we have two Vorchas here, we have two Quarian female infiltrators, we're sabotaging everything that we can, we're using the flamer on everything that we can, and we're just literally demolishing bosses, demolishing all the enemies that that pretty much come at us. And the great thing about the sabotage, it just really prepares the enemies for a lot of damage, regardless of whether it's me dealing the damage or the Vorchas dealing the damage. So guys, here we really don't have a lot of difficulty in this game. We actually went through this game quite easily. We did have a lot of fun doing this, so I definitely recommend to try to use the female Quarian infiltrator. Some people, and this is good that she gets this kind of love, because although a lot of people like this character, it's mostly the people who actually understand how to use her. In the past, she was used a lot against Geth, because it was just kind of like a character to kind of cheese the Geth or farm Geth and make the games, gold games and platinum games a little easier. But then she, well, actually gold games before platinum came out, her sabotage power was nerfed a little bit, and some people just stopped using her. She's still really, really good, and what people don't realize is that she is just so awesome, and people who don't know how to use her think that her sabotage capability is only good against Geth. So they think, oh, she's like the crappiest infiltrator because you can only use her against Geth. You know, nothing else works for her. That is not true. She primes tech bursts. She's also sets up, as you can see, tech vulnerability. She sets up other characters for damage. And she also hacks other things, guys. She can hack turrets, Cerberus turrets. I love it sometimes playing against primes, also against the Geth, and just instead of hacking the prime themselves, I'll just hack the hack the turrets themselves. And just watch the turrets shoot the primes, but that that is against Geth. Against Cerberus, I actually have done this where I've hacked an Atlas and had an Atlas literally just shoot a Phantom down and just mess her up, and that was just a lot of fun, guys. You see in this part of the game, this is like the only part that really got crazy for us. Just the pyros came in and just kind of messed us up. It was the only time that it got this tough, but so far the gameplay, the game was a lot of fun. It wasn't too hard for us, but guys, don't let pyros get close. Again, pyros are pretty vicious. And by the way, guys, some of the new updates that are coming out to the game. One is that pyros will no longer be able to grab them over counters. Like, they're too heavy now to be grabbed over counters. And I don't know. I don't know why they would do that. I mean, I think they're doing that because of farming on Firebase Geth White. I'm assuming that's the case. They have the stats, and I guess they know how many people are doing that. And again, guys, don't do the Firebase White, Geth Gold, or Geth Platinum. I mean, switch it up, guys. Just build a buddy list, or even, I don't know, send me a message, or I'll play with you as much as I can. I'm pretty busy myself. I get in and I play late in the evenings after I get to do all my work. I do have a business, and I am a businessman, so I have a lot of stuff that I do. But when I do get to play, I like to play various games. I like to play with new people. I like to play different things. And I consider myself a pretty decent player in the sense that I can play pretty much every character. I'm not the best at every character, but I can play every character very, very well. I've pretty much done almost every build you can think of in this game. So, if you guys ever want to play Platinum, switch it up. Challenge yourself with different characters. Just do something different. Take the female Quarian Infiltrator and, use a shotgun instead of a sniper rifle. Use an SMG. Just switch it up and figure out different builds that might work for you. It'll make the game a lot more fun. It's one of the reasons why I'm still playing this game. Yes, I am playing other games. Another game which I'm not going to mention the name of because a lot of my buddies started going to that game, and then I am also a Halo player, so once Halo 4 comes out, I'm planning to possibly be at one of the tournaments and maybe compete with some of my buddies, so I'm definitely going to try that. Yes, guys, I have competed in Halo before, and I'm going to try to compete. I'm not even going to mention what competition it is. I am going to see if I could get all that done. I need to square it out, and maybe at that time, guys, I will be doing Halo 4 videos and commentating and showing you guys some Halo gameplay. Right now, I am loving Mass Effect 3. And guys, check this out. In regards to challenging yourselves, take the female Quarian Infiltrator, use her against Cerberus, use her against troopers and every enemy that you can. Tactical Cloak, Sabotage, Attack Cloak, Sabotage. By doing so, you are setting up enemies, and you will not believe how powerful she is. And you see here, guys, I'm not using a sniper rifle. Normally, when I use a sniper rifle on her, honestly, I don't use the I don't use the Widows. I used to use them in the past when the game first came out, but I'm just not a big fan of that for whatever reason. I'm just not. And then those guns have been so nerfed by BioWare that I am just not a fan of them right now. I mean, I've used the sniper rifle on this character, a Quarian female, and I'll have a good time with the Valiant, which I still love. The Valiant is really good. I got a Valiant 4 as of this moment. I don't have it higher than that, I wish. But, you know, and I have a Widow 10, and it's fine. I'll use it once in a while, maybe rarely. But I'll compare my gameplay or damage that I deal with the weapons, and I am dealing way more damage with a Geth Plasma or a Shotgun or a Claymore than I do with the Widows. It's just they've done so. To me, they did so much damage to the sniper rifles, meaning the Widows and Black Widow, that it just doesn't really do it for me. They're still pretty good guns. Don't get me wrong, the Widow's still really good. If you're a Widow user, you would do very well. You put it on an Infiltrator. Yeah, I've seen people do very well with it. And maybe I'll do some gameplay with it, and show you guys, how to rock it, or use it, and use a lot of reload canceling with it, by the way, guys. But it's I'm just not a big fan. I'd rather use a shotgun on the Quarian female, or even any infiltrator. Try the human infiltrator shotgun claymore build. That is a great one, which I like to use a lot. And maybe I'll do something with that too, guys. But challenge yourselves to do something a little different, guys. And here, as you can see, guys, look, Sabotage is doing so much damage on enemies. It's actually making this platinum run much easier. We have 2 female Quarian infiltrators who are, we're calling it out too. I'm sabotaging this, I'm sabotaging that. And over here, by the way, guys, you will see look at this Atlas turn around at one point. I think I missed it right now while I was chatting and narrating here, but I think the Atlas tried. Oh, here it goes, the Atlas turned around. But anyways, yeah, you will see, moments here where you see the enemies kind of turn around and start fighting each other, which is hilarious. At one point, we had a Prime that showed up, because Primes do show up in Platinum, regardless of whatever faction you choose. And it was just funny watching Prime fight its own turret. It was just hilarious. It would turn around, instead of shooting us, it would just start meleeing his turret and just trying to hit it and destroy it. But anyways, guys, the female Quarian infiltrator still rocks. She's still really, really good. For some reason, she's forgotten by a lot of players, but I think that's mostly the newer players into the game. The more skilled, not skilled players, but the more veteran players. Let me put it that way, because there are a lot of very skilled new players too. The very veteran players know her capability, and still use her quite a bit. And again, guys, in the past, she was actually considered one of the top favorite infiltrator characters when the game first came out, and people are still, a lot of veteran players still use her. So I definitely recommend her. I think you should sabotage all things. So sabotage all organics, sabotage everything that you can sabotage. And again, the way you want to play her is Tac Cloak Sabotage. Why? For whatever reason, when you do Tac Cloak first, Sabotage takes the recharge speed of Tactical Cloak, which is so much faster. If you just use Sabotage first, it will take forever for it to recharge, and you do not want that. You want to be able to continuously sabotage enemies, like right here. We sabotage the Banshee, and look how quickly she dies, because all of us are just focused. And it's not just focusing on her, but at the same time she takes much more damage. It debuffs her and sets her up for all the damage that we're doing now. So that's definitely a lot of fun to do, guys. I like her. Sometimes, and when it comes to sniper rifles, guys, I was talking about the Widow before. That is a great sniper rifle. I like the Valiant a lot, and I prefer to use the Valiant. But if, believe it or not, there's the sniper rifle that I like using with her, and I like using on other characters, is actually the Kishak. I know it's a charge. It is a charged weapon, kind of like a Geth Plasma shotgun. But people don't realize how powerful it is. Yes, it did get nerfed in the beginning, because when the Kishak first came out, guys, the Kishak was ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. I mean, you could just one shot enemies. You just aim at the head, and they would just be demolished. There were times that I would just have so much fun with a kiss shock against Banshees. Man, I would just shoot like 3 kiss shocks, you know, to the Banshee's chest and her belly button, and it's kind of funny watching the Banshee just warping around with 3 harpoons and 2 on her chest and 1. It was just crazy. But it was just so powerful that by the time that the Banshee would get to us, she would, you know, pretty much be dead because it had a bleed damage. So yeah, guys, I mean, you know, try the kiss shock with her. I've actually seen some of the footage. I think XCal has done something like that too. I've seen him use the female Quarian Infiltrator with the kiss shock. That's a good one too. And you know, I enjoy that build too. And I was happy to see something like that because that's something that I have been doing since the kiss shock came out. But anyways, guys, the Quarian female Infiltrator can handle most weapons, and you know, her recharge speed, it's really good if you use tactical first. And if you got problems with the recharge speed, you still want to make sure that your recharge speed is still really good. If you got a heavy weapon like the javelin, if that's your preferred, you know, weapon for this character, then, you know, use a gear bonus that will give you a power recharge speed to go higher, and use the power recharge, you know, module. Once you do that, your power recharge speed should be much better. But you know, that's like when you're going for a javelin or something like a claymore, and you definitely want something to kind of increase your recharge speed. And that's, you know, that's what I have to say about that, guys. I mean, you know, anyways, we had, guys, you know, we had a really good time with this. The gameplay, I mean, as you can see, we're just platinum. By the way, this was a challenge. This was a challenge by only 1 Biggs, and his challenge was that, hey, you know, I want to see how tech vulnerability works with the Vorcha's flamer. So, you know, it's a tech power. And you know, and by the way, it could have been Overload, or it could have been Incinerate, it could have been whatever other tech power. But you know, his request was to see what, you know, how it would work against bigger boss enemies with the Vorcha's flame. Like that, you know, it'll make the Vorcha's flame even more powerful than it is, and because the enemies are parked. So we took on that challenge. Unfortunately, as you guys see here, we weren't able to save this time. It's just fun. I mean, on the previous gameplays, we do our best to always, if somebody gets picked up, to do a lot of damage to the Banshee to make sure that she drops the enemy. And unfortunately, this time we weren't able to. So yeah, in some parts it got a little hairy. Usually, when you lose 1 player, it gets a little tight. It's a little tougher to kind of handle, you know, what's going on here. I was getting overrun. I was asking the guys, help. I was like on my own. But, you know, still, we were able to do it. We had a really good time, and it went well. One other thing, guys, that I do have to say here, that was busting their chops, because it seemed like, I was like, guys, am I the only one using missiles? Because when things got tight, and you know, you definitely don't want to have a revive party, and at this point in time, it kind of seemed like that. So you know, if it gets that tough, you know, go right ahead and use a missile. Everybody can hold 5 at least. So if it gets a little tough, a little tight, you know, you want to use a missile and go right ahead and get your team going and get your team ready to do what they need to do. Now, I think I ended up in maybe just 1 missile at the end or something to that effect. But yeah, guys, I mean, use your missiles effectively. And if you're doing kind of like a semi-speedrun approach, if you guys want, if you guys don't know this, you're gonna know now. The waves that you want to use missiles on for spawn killing. Meaning that, you know, you want to just demolish your spawn to make those waves go a little faster, are waves 5, 8, and 9. Why do you want to do that? It's because those are the waves that you have double boss enemies. So you'll have double Banshees, you'll have double Atlases, you know, so what you want to do is just reach a spawn point right away, you know, call it out, shoot a missile, clean it up. That'll make those waves go a little faster, it'll shave your time down. So if you guys are doing kind of like a speed tournament or anything like that, for those of you guys that don't know that, speedrunners definitely know that, but if you haven't had any training on that, you haven't done any speedruns, then you definitely just so you know, when it's 5, 8, and 9, as long as you calculate your team, you already call out the spawns. You should know where the spawns are in these maps. In Jade, I know every spawn point here. I think mostly everybody knows the spawn points. But if you're doing a speedrun approach, you want to place your characters. You want to place your players in different parts of the map. Not everybody's going to be in the same spot. Everybody has to be in different parts of the map to immediately engage the spawn points. So one person is engaging one spawn point, the other person is engaging the other. There's a spawn point right here where my character is at, right in the center. There's a spawn point there where I'm aiming right now. Like when my character is aiming right across the way on the bottom of the ladder, there's a spawn point there. There's a spawn point right by, or like the bottom of extraction. On that bottom stairway. There's also a spawn point right in between extraction and the other control room across the way. There's a spawn point in the control room. So, you have all these spawn points. This map is a little easier to determine the spawn points. It's really easy to do speedruns on this map. But, so you guys know when, if you want to missile anything, I would say to use your missiles when things get really tight like that. You don't have the spawn party, and if everything is going really well, you guys are ready to wave 5. Nobody has used the missile at all. If you guys want to make shave a little bit of time off and kind of have a platinum game that's not 30 minutes, then go right ahead and waves 5, 8, and 9, and at least manage your missiles appropriately, and try to have everyone at least 1 to 2 missiles for wave 10, because you never know what can happen, and you're gonna want that. By the extraction wave on this map, it got a little tight for us guys, but an extraction, you don't need to have really, maybe at least 1 missile by extraction, but if you don't have any, I think the team should be fine. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to kite the enemies pretty much, but you definitely want your missiles for wave 10, because as you can see guys, we got a hack. Look at this, we got a hack, and this was so tough. In this spot, for whatever reason, they kept on spawning on the back end, and we had Banshees coming in here. We didn't have a lot of missiles. We were calling it out. We were trying to use our hack against the Banshees, but it was just so many enemies coming in, and this spot was just kind of tough. So we had a difficult time, staying alive. But we did it. As always, hacks are always going to be a little hairy, with the entire team. Sometimes if it gets too tough, then you want to kind of leave and then come back. But enemies, if there's a prime, the primes really make it difficult for that kind of tactic. So because the primes don't really move much, they'll actually kind of hang out wherever they spawn and walk very, very slowly. So if you're trying to leave the hack objective just so that you can lead the enemies away, really the primes won't really move. They'll kind of just hang out there, and you'll be frustrated that you leave and you get back, and there's just the prime just hanging out there, just getting ready to slap you upside the head. So just giving you guys a heads up on that. But anyways, as you guys can see, we're having a shit ton of good times here. We're sabotaging everything. We did the hack. It was a little tough, got hairy, but we were able to do it. And for extraction, what you want to do is kind of hold out, wait till it gets a little tight, then go to the other side of the map and go little by little, corner to corner, until you have maybe about 25 seconds to be really close to the extraction. Get to the extraction and extract. Now this extraction has been buggy. You want to stand when this on Jade to get a full extraction, but on the next patch that's happening, I believe this Thursday, supposedly they fixed that issue. It's gonna be fixed, so that when you actually, here we got the Banshee to drop them. That was so much fun. That was so cool. I love seeing that. But anyways, on the next patch, that should be fixed, so you could actually take cover in the extraction point and get full extraction. Now, I don't know. We will see when the patch comes out. Let's see if that is really true. If that really worked out. But I don't know. We'll see what happens, because last time BioWare said that the Vanguard glitch was corrected, and guess what? That still happens. Oh, guys, here's what I was saying about the prime. Look at the prime. He's just hanging out there. Just really hanging out. Not really moving much. I was just running really quickly, and guess what? He was right there, just waiting to greet me. I'm pretty sure he did not want to shake my hand or you know, say hi to me. It seemed like he wanted to just slap me upside the head. But anyways, guys, you know, now you know this is the extraction. We had a really good time. Sabotage is definitely the power to use. The Quarian female infiltrator still kicks ass, and she takes names, and she's still doing it, guys. So this is it. This is the platinum run. As you can see, we had a really good time. Extraction on this map is always tough, especially on platinum. So, you know, I expect that it's going to be really, really tough. You definitely want to go in, start running towards it like maybe 25 seconds if you're on the other side of the map. If you're like really that close at the edge of it, then just like 10 seconds jump in.